What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have episode 28 in the Minnesota Vikings franchise, and we're here in week 5 with a rematch with the Packers. I stopped here on purpose. Week 1 was horrendous. Week 2 was just as bad. After the Texans game, I said I was going to do some digging and figure out what the heck is going on with this offense and what the heck's going on with Taylor Hopkins. I took the Rams week and I did some testing. And let me tell you, we showed out on offense. I don't know if this is going to be something we're going to see every week, but I saw some flashes in Hopkins. I ended up going back to the Miami playbook, and, things were working. I tried to do some custom books. That didn't work. I can't match the schemes up right. So I went back to Miami. We're in the multiple zone. I'm hoping that helps us, and I wanted to stop here because we're sitting at 2-2. Green Bay embarrassed us the last time. We need a win. We need some retribution. So hopefully today we can get that against Green Bay in Green Bay to get ourselves back on track and back above 500. Last episode, I also mentioned 2 storylines that we were going to keep track of, both of them involving trades and players. One was the safety, Khari Willis from the Buccaneers, and that came to fruition. Like I said, the Buccaneers, they had a guy named Bassie at free safety that they drafted a year ago. And instead of, paying Khari Willis whatever he was asking for, they decided to move on and just rebuild at that position, trading him to the Denver Broncos, who desperately needed a safety. So he will step in and be the starter for Denver, which will leave DeMarcus Bassie as the starting strong safety for the Buccaneers. The biggest story, though, was the Aaron Donald situation and the Rams. And as you can see, we ended up winning in the game that I watched over the Rams. I don't know if you guys caught that. We won 40-28, and I'm going to go over that game because that game was incredible to watch, and I was so happy, and that's why I stuck with the Miami Dolphins playbook, because of what I saw out of our offense in that book. But after falling to 0-4, which is what the Rams were after this loss, Aaron Donald was sick of it, and that led to him getting traded to the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are sitting at 4-0 on the season, and they desperately needed a right end to go along with their other starter. And now the Ravens defense gotten significantly better. With moving on from Aaron Donald, the Rams got some really good pieces to start building their team for the future. They received Sidney Spikes from the Ravens, who was sort of another odd man out situation. The team drafted a guy this year. Now with Aaron Donald coming in, he was going to get buried on the depth chart. Here he can grow into his own player with the Rams. They also received a first-round pick and a fourth-round pick in this upcoming draft for Aaron Donald's rights. And, the Ravens went ahead right away and re-signed Aaron Donald for a 2-year contract worth about $30 million. So that was taken care of. And that was really the end of the stories that I needed to mention. Now on to the game that I watched. And I'm telling you guys right now ahead of time, because somebody's going to say that I played this game. I just know it, because I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't watch it. But I did not play this game. I watched it. And when I watched it, Taylor Hopkins broke the single game passing record. 593 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Part of the reason that record was broken was because of the 2 interceptions. Almost every drive, Hopkins was able to drive all the way down the field, almost strictly through the air. The running game was like abandoned. And when we threw those 2 picks, the Rams started moving a little bit, and then we'd have to drive the length of the field again. So it wasn't like he was just dominating the competition. I mean, he was, because everybody was getting catches, but it was just because of the amount of times that we ended up having to drive down the field, and the lack of offensive production from the Rams led to more drives for us, and it just kept going. As you can see, we really didn't run the ball much. I tried getting everybody involved, and just no running was happening, no matter what. Nothing clicked, which led to, of course, more passing. But we paid off huge. Robert Woods had a huge day, 191 yards, 5 catches. Justin Jefferson, 6 for 139 in a score. Irv Smith, 11 for 131. And Timmy Peoples, 5 for 117. Oh, and KJ Osborne had 2 huge catches, one of them being a touchdown. Everybody went off. Anybody who caught a ball was just going off in this game for us. Defensively, Daniil Hunter picked up right where he left off with 5 sacks of his own. Connor McElroy even got in on the fun, and Martin Jefferson. So there you have it. Believe me, whether you want to or not, that game was strictly CPU versus CPU. I was very shocked to see that, but it did help us get back to 500. We're now 2-2. We need to go to Green Bay, and we actually have a breakout scenario this week because of the game last week, and that is for Irv Smith. Irv Smith is sitting at star dev, and if we can get him either 3 touchdowns or 150 yards receiving, he will go to superstar development. Now, am I expecting that kind of performance this week again? No, I'm not. But if, Irv Smith, who we have seen gets a lot of targets, especially in the Miami book, which we ran a few games last year, he could get really close to getting that 150 mark. And if so, we could be looking at a superstar tight end. And if you are wondering why the Packers look different, the overall wise, because they were like an 81 offense. I went through and I did all of the teams this past week, and it turns out that a lot of players are retiring. Again, David Bakhtiari had the calling it quits scenario, and I told him to stay. I tried to convince him to stay, and he gave me that nice try or whatever the dialogue is, but he says when it's time, and he left. I even had Derrick Henry do that. Luckily, I convinced Derrick Henry to stay for the Titans. And there was a couple other tackles that all called it quits as well. So the Packers now are without their, franchise All-Pro Hall of Fame left tackle, David Bakhtiari. And just so you guys can see that I am not trying to make a team worse on purpose for our team to succeed, I am going to show you guys I am trading for a left tackle for the Packers right now to fill that hole that they have now a 58 starting at. So I saw that the Patriots have 2 guys, Teron Armstead and then Liam Eichenberg. Eichenberg has no cap hit, which I'm assuming means he's in the last year of his deal, and he's still 26 years old. Obviously, he's not going to be starting over Armstead. So the Patriots, I'm going to trade with them to get the Packers a left tackle. Let's see, what do the Patriots need? Usually I don't show you guys this, but since this sort of popped up on me randomly, I want to make sure that we get this right. Given his overall and his age, we are going to do and I'll think, I'm on every team. So when I do these trades, there's no pushback, right? This is one of my issues that I had last year, which is why I didn't want to be on these teams. If I'm going to trade with a team, I will take my profile off of it for the time being so I can make the trade and then jump back on, because I don't want it to be unfair. But when I do these trades, I just have to come up with a good deal on my own, because it's going to get accepted every time. It's my profile on every team. So considering the necessity of it, I am going to place, I'm on the 3rd or 4th. I don't know if a 3rd is really worth it. He is only 26 though. We're going to do a 3rd. We're going to say that the Patriots know the Packers are in a dire need of guy, and they're going to force him to ship a 3rd for an emergency trade. I think that's fair. 3rd round pick for a 74 overall left tackle. I mean, he's 26, but he's not like he's, 24 or 23 or something like that. But he is going to be serviceable for at least 4 or 5 years if the Packers decide to keep him. So there we go. Now the Packers have themselves a left tackle. We'll make sure that he is in the depth chart, which he is. Okay, perfect. There we go. Now, definitely not David Bakhtiari, but a heck of a lot better than this guy, Tanner Woods, and that somewhat restores this line back to decency. Okay, so now that we did the trading for the Packers, they have a lineman now again. You can see that their overall, I don't know if it went up at all. Yeah, I think it was a 77 before the trade. Either way, we know that they now have a decent tackle. They're not just left with some 60 overall guy. It's time for us to get to this game. And then maybe after, if it's not too long, we will go over the stats. Actually, maybe we'll do that next week. Maybe we'll do that next video. Go over the league stats and see where everybody is sitting. You can see right now how the NFC North is playing out. The Bears are actually in the lead at 3-1. Packers are sitting at 2-2 because they have that tiebreaker over us. We are tied with them at 2-2. And then the Lions at 1-3, because that's just what the Lions do. But without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get to this game and see if we can get ourselves some retribution against Green Bay. We're going to open things up on 2nd down here because I forgot to change some on the depth chart and I hit exit and then the play went weird. 2nd and 10, opening things up in Green Bay. Hopkins got all day to throw, finally gets rid of it, and he's got a man out to the 40. It's Justin Jefferson. Weird way to start the game, but I haven't had that happen before. It like glitched out, and then it went to making me play the down, which just was really weird. Anyway, 1st and 10 for us from the 40. Handoff to Glover, and Glover sneaks out to the 44-yard line, 45. We are looking for some retribution today, though. As you can see, Taylor Hopkins got himself a sleeve on, gave him a little bit more swag, hoping that makes him play a little bit better. Another handoff to Glover, and Glover gets another nice carry out to the 48-yard line, setting us up for 3rd and 2 near midfield. 3rd straight handoff. Madison gets himself the first down, gain of 4. Last time we played Green Bay, they came to Minnesota, and they embarrassed us in the season opener. Oh, nice try from Madison, but the line caved in, and there was way too much green in our backfield. Loss of 1. Can we get a pass to go here? Yes, we're going to throw it. Blitz is coming. We pick it up nicely over the middle. Wide open. Timmy Peoples down to the 31-yard line. A very nice strike. A handoff to Madison. Madison tries to get through the traffic, but there is no way he was getting through that. Loss, no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 for us. We're going to spread it out here. Empty backfield. Hopkins a throw. Pressure breaks down. He gets rid of it to Derek Barnes. Barnes trying to get the first. I don't know if he did. No, 3rd and 1. They're going to mark him just short. Nice job by Green Bay's defense to not let him get that extra yard. And we're going to have to throw it again. Quick shot to Osborne, and he's got another 5 and the first down. Okay, we're spreading them out once again. Being really aggressive so far today. Play action, or pump fake, and he's going to get sacked. It's Rashawn Gary. Brian O'Neill could not hold on, and now we're pushed way back to the 26. Come on, guys. Back to pass. Pressure is going to break down. There it comes. He gets rid of it to the end zone, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Irv Smith working against Alexander. Draymond Jones was injured on the play. They didn't show us anything, so we'll see what happens there. 3rd and 19 now. Got to get rid of it, though. And he does, but it's a dump down to Antoine Glover to the 22. And we are going to have to settle for a field goal. Our offense came out with a little bit of, a little aggressiveness, which was nice to see. Now it's time to see what our defense has in store for us today. What are we going to get against this Packers offense? We need pressure, and we need it early. We know what N'Keal Harry and Aaron Jones can do to us. We can't let them get too crazy. 1st and 10, they're going to throw it, and we're immediately going to get some pressure from Danielle Hunter and get ourselves a sack to open up the drive. 2nd and 17. Great way to start. I did decide to go ahead and make Devontae Coleman the primary starter as we almost get another sack, but he gets rid of it to Michael Pittman, who gets out to the 28-yard line off the comeback route, making it a much more manageable 3rd and 6 now after the gain of 12. Love to throw it. Oh, Hunter just barrels over Hammond, the rookie. Are they going to show us a replay? Look at him just run this dude over. Watch this. Boom! He just barreled over him. Hammond didn't know what to do. Welcome to the NFL, my friend. Well, as I was trying to say while we were on defense, I decided to make Devontae Coleman the permanent starting rush defensive tackle. So on nickel formations and whatnot, he's going to be in instead of Dalvin Tomlinson. I got to see what this guy has in him. I was experimenting it the first few weeks, but I just like what I'm seeing, and I want him to continue to grow. But anyway, here we go. 1st and 10, pistol formation. Hopkins is going to throw it on 1st down. Pressure coming, dumps it down to Irv Smith, who will gain about 3 yards on the play. Remember last week, Irv Smith had a big game last week, and that prompted him to get that breakout scenario. I'm not sure, given how tough it is to play against these Packers, if we're going to be able to get that record, considering he's only had 1 catch so far today. But it is something to keep an eye on. Handoff to Madison, and Madison, I don't know how he got through that. Ends up getting back to the line. Nothing more. 3rd and 8 now. But Irv Smith needs 150 yards or 3 touchdowns. Play action to Glover. Hopkins is looking. And he's going to go deep down the left side. And he's got a man, and it is caught. Jefferson for the touchdown. What a play by Hopkins and Jefferson again. Just a 50-50 jump ball working against the young corner Andrew Hankins. Now, if that's Alexander, that might not be a touchdown. But Hopkins notices that he's got a favorable matchup with his best receiver. He puts that thing deep, and it is a touchdown for Minnesota. And yeah, I said deep really weird. I'm going to pause that one. That was weird. Here we come back out on defense. First time out, Danielle Hunter absolutely destroyed this Packers rookie, and he's in the zone now. He's coming again, but this time Love gets rid of it deep down the right side, and it is incomplete. Xavier Woods playing some excellent coverage on Amari Rodgers and knocking the ball away, but second and down. Hunter still in the zone. And he gets around him again, and this time Martin Jefferson forcing the incompletion. This defensive line is primed right now. 3rd and 10. Can we do some more pressure? Yes, we can, but this time he gets rid of it, and it's going to be a first down, I think, as Michael Pittman makes the catch, and he gets just enough for the first down. Great job by Jordan Love, hanging on to that in the pocket and getting it out to his receiver. 1st and 10, and he's going to get rid of it quickly again, incomplete. Once that time looking for N'Keal Harry, Mike Hughes on the coverage. 2nd down. Shotgun formation, handoff to Jones. Jones is met by McElroy. McElroy can't bring him down, but he slows him down, allowing Cameron Curl to come up and make the stop at the 37. 3rd and 10 again. Can Green Bay convert a second 3rd and long? And yes, they can. A nice shot to Aaron Jones on the outside. He'll get to the 48 and a first down. Green Bay starting to feel the urgency as they're down 10-0 at home right now after we got out to that hot start. They're going to go to the ground game with Jones. Jones cuts it back to the left side. Alexander cuts him off at midfield. It's going to be a pickup of about 1 or 2 yards, but nothing more. Just 1:48 and ticking left in this first quarter. I formation for Green Bay. They're going to go back to Jones, and Jones sneaking his way through the traffic inside the 40 to the 37. A big run there on 2nd down, and now Green Bay is finding some rhythm of their own on offense. They're going to opt to throw it again. Love under pressure, gets rid of it deep, and it's overthrown out of bounds, looking for N'Keal Harry. 3 for 7 so far as he's been trying to take some shots, and they have just not been working. Jones, handoff again. He slips through off the right side, still slipping tackles down to the 26-yard line. He is starting to find a rhythm against us, which is scary because you know if he gets in a rhythm, Jordan Love is going to have a lot more time to pick us apart in the secondary. Another handoff and another lane for Jones. Shoestring tackle by Devontae Coleman. Okay, we open up the second quarter. Green Bay inside the red zone at the 20-yard line, 2nd and 4. Love, quick pass over the middle off target. Looking for Harry running on the slant route there, and he just could not put it on the money. 3rd and 4 now. Bunch set here. Let's see, what are they going to do? Trying to get rid of it, and he cannot get it to the receiver again. That time it was Markel Ware in his face, and Green Bay is going to have to settle for 3 points. Defensive line really coming in clutch for us so far in this first half. And it's up, and it is good. 10-3 Minnesota. Hopkins comes back out today. He started off really, really good. 7 of 9, 118 yards and a touchdown. Of course, that long bomb to Justin Jefferson. 10-3. Can we add on to our lead here? Pistol formation to start off. Play action to Madison. Hopkins looking, and he dumps it off to Madison, who's wide open. Streaking up the sideline across midfield down to the 46-yard line. An excellent play call, and Madison taking advantage of the linebacker and just cruising to what, a 30-yard gain was that? Look at this, just wide open. He slips off. Emmanuel Beggs has to come down to catch up to him, and Beggs is a good linebacker, but he is not going to keep up with a running back. He's just not going to. And Hopkins, good thing he saw it immediately, gets rid of it. Madison able to flip field position for us almost. 1st and 10 now. Glover is going to take the handoff, and he's unable to find much. Gain of 2 down to the 44-yard line. 2nd and 8. We have a 2 tight end set here. Pistol formation. We're going to throw it out of that. Blitz is coming. dumps it off to Madison, and Madison able to muster up actually nothing. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 8 now. A promising drive now looks like it's in trouble if we can't convert on this 3rd down. Justin Jefferson lined up in the slot. Hopkins got to get rid of it quickly, and he does, but it's off. 1st and 10 for Green Bay after the missed field goal. Jordan Love back to pass, gets rid of it to Lazard. Lazard takes a shot from Whitehead, but able to get down to the 36 for a big pickup. And because of that horrible decision to kick the field goal, now Green Bay finds themselves in prime territory to get back in this game. Another pass under pressure, and Tomlinson gets to him, forcing the incompletion. Single back formation, Michael Pittman in motion. And they're going to throw it. Short drop, dumps it off to Pittman. Slips one tackle, pushing his way forward, and is going to get the first down somehow, working against 4 Vikings and still able to push his way forward for the first down. 1st and 10 at the 26 now. Hand off to Jones, and Jeremy Chin shoots the gap, bringing him down for a loss. Great job by the new linebacker. Green Bay calling an audible here. See what they got up their sleeve. It's going to be a pass play. And a big play by Devontae Coleman getting the sack. He came flying through. I don't know. Can we get a replay on that? We can. Yeah, he just... I don't know what 74 was doing. Jenkins just let him go right by him. Great job by our defense there. Coleman is going to be special. I can feel it. He just needs some time to develop. 3rd and 20. And they try to get off the screen, and it's not going to work. And now they're going to have to punt it. You see this? Look at this. They are punting from the 35, yet we tried a field goal from the 44. Tell me how that makes sense, Madden. 1st and 10 for us now from our own 15. 10-15 to go in the first half. We still have our lead 10-3. Hand off to Glover. Glover has a nice little lane trying to make a move, but is brought down at the 19-yard line by Andrew Hankins. Alexander's in the mode. Not sure how. Handoff, Madison stiff arms Merritt and falling forward to the 23. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. We've got to find ways to start converting on 2nd down so we don't find ourselves in so many 3rd downs. And just like that, now it's going to be a 3 and out. We try to run it. I hate when we try to run it when it's a very obvious rushing down. You know, like, try to do something different. A quick slant. Something. But instead, we try to run it the most obvious way, and now we have to punt it. I have to say thank you to A.J. Cole, our punter, for completely flipping field position on Green Bay with an excellent punt. Now 1st and 10, Jones is going to take the handoff, slips off of 1, brought down just after 3 yards. It's another single back set. They really want to get him going on the ground. You can feel it. Are we going to let him, though, is the other question. Love, quick drop back, dumps it down, and it is somehow caught. Mike Hughes diving for it, trying to make the interception, but N'Keal Harry able to make the catch for 6, and now 3rd and inches. Watch the play. No, they're going to throw it. Love under pressure, and he has to throw it away, and he gets rid of it to Justin Stewart, who was sitting all alone. And we give up the first down. All we needed was a guy covering the flats, which you think you'd have on 3rd and inches, but we didn't. And now it's a first down for Green Bay. Hand off to Jones, and he's met by Jeremy Chin. Pickup of a couple, it looks like. Another pass, and another dump down. Michael Pittman has it out to the 44. He's going to bring up another 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 this time. We're playing really far off for a 3rd and 1, and I don't like it. And we're going to throw it. They're going to throw it again. And I don't know where you guys are going. I don't know what you guys are covering, but you weren't covering a comeback route. You had 3 guys over there, and none of them decided to cover Pittman. None of them. Give us a replay, please. Thank you. Let's look at this. Look at it. We got Dantzler standing behind him. Cameron Curl running off to get some Gatorade, it looks like. I don't know where Curl is going. And we give up another big 3rd down. Man, that's some frustrating stuff. That's the part of the rebuild that I'm talking about. We have some good players, but altogether, and oh boy, Thank God he got caught up by his lineman. Otherwise, that might have been a 30-yard run. Gain of 6 instead. 2nd and 4. We're closing in on halftime here. Green Bay trying to get this thing tied back up before we go to the break. And Love under pressure. Love trying to throw it, and he can't in time. Well, he does get it off, but only for a couple yards. 3rd and 4. We've given up two straight third down conversions on this drive. Can we stop him here? Love looking under pressure, gets rid of it, and it's caught. And we can't tackle now. Oh, my God. What is happening on this drive to our defense? Amari Rodgers is like a nobody, and we just gave it up for 20 yards. First, our corner goes for the pick like an idiot instead of just breaking up the pass. Look at this. Just break up the pass. You're standing there. Just break it up. No, instead, you go for some interception, and now Xavier Woods just learns that he can't tackle anymore. And now it's 1st and 10 for Green Bay. This is why we lose games. This kind of stupidity. 1st and 10. Handoff, Jones. Devontae Coleman makes a big play for us in the backfield. Loss of 2 on the play. I mean, our D-line is doing so good for us this game. All we need is our secondary to not be incompetent. And so far, they're proving that they can't do that for us. And another dump down, and another guy standing all alone with 3 defenders around him. I mean, when you have receivers sitting like that, zone should conform to man. You know what I'm saying? Like, guys should just start picking dudes up when they're in their zone. This shouldn't be like, well, I'm supposed to stand at this spot. 3rd and 8, and we give up another first. Oh, okay. Thank the Lord. They finally don't get a good spot, and we force a field goal. We got ourselves 1:49 and 2 timeouts to work with after our defense just gave up a horrendous drive, really. It was very bad play all around. Our secondary couldn't get anything right on the drive, and Green Bay was able to march 80 yards down the field. Now, what can we do? Hopkins, short throw, and he misses an open receiver. Had Timmy Peoples open on the crossing route and decides to overthrow him. 2nd and 10. Another throw. Dumps it off to Walden, and Walden makes the catch, getting tripped up by Baggs. Gets 5 yards. That's definitely not going to get us any points. 3rd and 5 now. We're going to do another 3 and out. No, we get a big play. It's Antoine Glover down to the 27. I didn't see that coming at all, guys. I really didn't. We've been having such hard times on offense, but right there, 52 just leaves him all alone. It looks like everybody's playing man except the linebacker who just stops covering, and Antoine Glover takes full advantage of it along with Taylor Hopkins. It's good to see that it's not just our team that absolutely sucks at times. 1st and 10. Now we're at the 27, and we have plenty of time to work with. Throw to Peoples, who ends up getting 2 yards. 2nd and 8, 101 to work with. We just relax and call some good plays. We don't need to hurry up at this point. Hopkins, I don't know what that was. And now he's going to the end zone, and it's, oh my God, it looked like he almost caught it. But it's incomplete. And now 3rd and 8. So it's nice that we got to the end zone, but now I'm sort of wishing we would have just got the first. 3rd and 8. Hopkins back. Lets it go to the end zone again, and it is incomplete. Oh, my God. Wilcox had a chance. And Eric Stokes breaks up the pass. Would have been a touchdown. Great play by the Packers defense. And we'll have to settle for the field goal, which is good. Put our lead back up to 7. 1st and 10. First drive here of the second half for us. We're going to come out in offset eye formation. Strong formation, actually. Hand off to Madison, who is just clocked by Kenny Clark in the backfield. They'll say he got a yard, but man, that man is so hard to contain. He really is. 2nd and 9. We're going to throw it. And Hopkins is going deep over the middle, and it's intercepted. Like, there's no reason to throw this ball. He doesn't have the inside release. He doesn't get over the top of the safety. There's absolutely no reason to throw that ball. You only throw a post route for 2 reasons. 1, he got inside release on the corner, even if he's running stride for stride. Or 2, he gets over the top of him. You don't throw it to him when he's double covered and the safety is running the route for him. That is quarterbacking 101. I don't need to play quarterback to know that. So because of that now, we just give all the momentum back to Green Bay when we're only up by 7. 1st and 10, handoff to Jones. And Jones marching his way forward for a gain of 7. Love, back to pass, gets rid of it to a wide open Michael Pittman again. We don't know how to cover comeback routes or hitch routes or curl routes. 9 catches, 83 yards for Pittman. He's literally just sitting in a zone, and we're not doing anything about it. 1st and 10. Trying to get the sack, and we do, and it's a fumble! And we pick it up, Martin Jefferson, and there's nobody that's going to stop him. Touchdown, Minnesota. A huge, huge play by our defensive line. Daniil Hunter makes the sack. Martin Jefferson picks up the fumble, and we're going to take it to the house. Markel Ware trailing. That was the play we desperately needed to get ourselves out of that funk. It looks like the ball's out. It is. That's a touchdown. Here we go. 1st and 10 from our own 7. We got Antonio Nelson in the backfield. You know we're probably going to run this thing. No, play action. And Hopkins is going to throw it to the sideline. And it's Walden on the catch out to the 10-yard line, gain of 3. 2nd and 7. Glover now checks in at running back. And we are going to throw it again. And it is thrown to Irv Smith. Nice pickup, gain of 7. It's going to bring up 3rd down, but 3rd and inches. Please do not run this ball. I'm too scared to run it against Kenny Clark. Okay, we're going to throw it. And he's going to get rid of it, and it is caught by Timmy Peoples for the 1st down. Not a huge gain, but enough for the conversion. Now we're out to the 21. Let's see what we can do here. I would like to see us get Peoples and Jefferson involved more. And as I say that, he throws it off to Justin Jefferson out to the 29-yard line. 3rd catch of the day for him. 87 yards, of course, most of that coming on that big, long touchdown early in the game. Play action, and then we dump it off to Madison, who gets himself another 1st down. 3 catches, 40 yards. Madison hasn't been able to do much on the ground, but he has been a big factor in the running game, in the passing game for us. As I say that, as he takes it off for about 7 yards, 8 yards. 3 receivers split left. We're going to hand it off to Glover. Glover is met by a few defenders and is brought down at the 46, 3rd and inches. Grady Jarrett, who missed our first game, is injured on the play. Do we try to run it towards his direction? We do, and we get the 1st down. Wow. That's some good awareness right there from us. They just lost their key defender. We end up running it to that side and get the 1st down on the 3rd down conversion. And we're going to opt to throw it. And we find Jefferson open over the middle, down to the 40-yard line. 4th and final quarter. We're up by 14 right now. We're driving. Can we put a nail in the coffin of Green Bay? Hopkins rolling out. Hopkins going to the end zone. And it is caught by Jefferson. Are you kidding me? Jefferson again with the one-on-one jump ball, and he brings it in against, I think it was that Stokes? I didn't know what happened. I thought it was picked for a second, but here you can see another one-on-one. Just chuck it up there. Let your Pro Bowl receiver do his thing. And yeah, it was Eric Stokes who he was working against. Saves him there. 3rd and 19 now. One last shot on the drive. Looking over the middle, it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with the pick. And now we can really start to pour this thing on if we want to. And now we are going to throw it. And we get another touchdown. It's Justin Jefferson with the hat trick today. 3 touchdowns for him. Those are the 3 that Irv Smith was supposed to get for his breakout scenario. Since this is a blowout, I'm going to use, Madden 23 is, you guys got to get it right. This has to end. This is insane. We got kickers trying from 65 yards on the regular. We've got running backs running off to the side with no vision at all when they actually have ball carrier vision and awareness. We have quarterbacks being undecisive and just checking it down consistently instead of actually trying to find guys. And then when they do have a guy open, they wait too long, and by the time they throw the route, he's running out of bounds. Defenders not knowing how to properly play zones. This game is such a wreck, guys. EA seriously needs to fix this. It's getting insane. I will keep playing Madden. Big play there by Jeremy Chin, by the way. Big sack. Not trying to forget about this game, but, it's apparent that this game is over. But, as I'm saying, I've been a Madden fan since I was a kid. 98, 99. I mean, I've been through all of the years, the good, the bad, the ugly. Right now, I think we are in the ugliest years. Really do. Which is sad to say because we've got such a great system to play on in the PlayStation 5. And to see that it's just continuously regressing every year instead of even staying the same. These issues that are in the game right now weren't in the game last year, which means that the game is actively getting worse. It's just such a sad thing to see, considering I know how good this company can make a football game. I know they can. I've seen them do it. I think that's the most frustrating part about everybody who's a Madden fan and why we keep buying this game, because we know that you guys can make a game. And now Timmy Peoples just got hurt in garbage time. Of course. I knew I should have just benched him. Please tell me you're just going to the sideline. Oh, of course he's going to the locker room. I swear to God, if that's a long-term injury, I'm going to be so mad. How did he even get hurt? But yeah, that was my little bit of a rant. I'm going to probably do some more videos on that later about my thoughts of Madden and the current state. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't even get a chance to touch on that I have opinions about. And I definitely think that all of our opinions as Madden fans need to be heard, because there's no way it's going to get better unless somebody says something. Nice pass by Mon there. KJ Osborne making the catch. Let's go, baby. Let's go. So even if, my little tiny channel here of 59 subscribers, 58, 60 subscribers, whatever you want to call it, with 15 views a video right now, I still think that my opinion needs to be heard, because you never know who might hear this video, and then they might take that to somebody else's video, or they might take that to somebody else who has bigger reach. And you never know who your opinion might get to, So keep that in mind. You never know. You might say something to somebody thinking it's just nothing, and then that person might know someone, and that person might know someone, and then that person might know somebody that actually matters. And next thing you know, the little tiny thing you said that you thought wasn't a big deal actually ends up making something happen. You just never know. And on that note, we are going to win this game. Hopefully Timmy Peoples isn't hurt too bad. But, yeah, 37-6. I said we needed retribution. I said that we needed to get Green Bay back for what they did to us in Week 1, and I think we did that in a much bigger fashion than what they did. Taylor Hopkins had a good game. Justin Jefferson had an amazing game. Danielle Hunter had an amazing game. Jefferson had an amazing game. Gotta say, I am, for one, surprised, and two, very happy with the outcome of that game. I wanted retribution, and I thought we had a really good chance of getting it, but I didn't think we were going to just completely destroy them like that. That was an incredible game to watch. Taylor Hopkins at times looked sort of confused and lost, but in the end, he ended up pulling out a great game. Justin Jefferson is so clutch. 2 huge touchdowns. Of course, our defensive line is just a monster right now to deal with. Danielle Hunter and Martin Jefferson coming off the edge is something else. Even our young D tackles are really starting to show that they have some potential, and I can't wait to see what this team does as they get better as the year goes on. We moved to 3-2. Green Bay now down to 2-3. We are going to end up taking back the second spot at the very least, depending on how the Bears game goes this week. And that's all we have for this video. I just wanted to do another game, get us back on track. We'll see if we watch the Cardinals game or maybe do the Seahawks game, or who knows, maybe we even get to the bye. We have a Week 8 bye. We'll see. Depends on how the games go. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Please consider subscribing if you're not already. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.